Hey guys, this is GamerCat. Welcome back to Touhou the Genius of Sapphiros. Last time we spent far too long actually going through the second half of the Forest of Magic 2. Kind of the second half, I guess. We'd already spent a video going mostly through that, but hey, I got lost a little bit because of not playing through that part for a while, and it always did confuse me anyway how it works. There's a couple of parts in the game that do that, so, you know, we do have to kind of go through that. Before I do anything else here though, I do want to say with the version 3.01, so the changes of stuff, there is actually something which I was talking about a couple of parts before with the magic evade, magic barrier stuff. That's been changed in translation stuff, so I didn't actually know this because I'd never updated to 3.01 since I couldn't before, you know. But yeah, this was called Magic Barrier the last time we looked at it, but that was a version 3 translation, and now in 3.01's translation it is Magic Evade. So there has been a distinction made between, you know, perfect dodge style Magic Barrier and physical barrier style, if that makes sense, the damage reduction stuff. So that is good. So now we know this is the one which I thought it was, where it's a 15% chance to just dodge magic entirely. That does make this really quite good, and if I can get the meteorite stuff, but I'm considering making this because that's a decent amount of defense, and yeah, magic evade is good, but it's not essential to make if I can't find the stuff for that. So this time we're going to go ahead and wipe out the enemies in this stage here. And before I do that, I just want to quickly show the enemies that we have been fighting and, you know, the various stuff that they can drop. So this big tree over here, the one they've fought a few times by now that we got the magic shard off of instead of its normal drops, kind of funny. Obviously don't use earth against it, it's practically immune to that. It's not immune to any of the second row stuff though, which is good. And again, strike weapons are quite good. I'm almost surprised there's none of weakness in a way. Mostly because of, you know, blunt weapons largely being bludgeoning stuff, like axes, and I suppose then you would leave yourself open to, oh, Aya's fans are a weakness, and, you know, the Minecraftian punch the trees thing could happen. I don't know if this actually came out, I think this came out before Minecraft though, so, you know, there is that. But, yeah, fire is obviously what you want to use here, and the Temple Charm is the disable version of the other gears that we've been picking up. So the, you know, like the border of, is it that, or it's the, not the disabled, the permanent version, like of the stopwatch and stuff. So it would usually block permanent status. I think that's a 3-stage resistance, but if it's not, well, the ribbon kind of outclasses it, so whatever. Collide of Virtue obviously drops a meteorite, which I want to have. We got the stopwatch before. These guys drop steel, so I should probably be killing them because, you know, steel is used for making armor, obviously, which is good. So armor's nice, and yeah, the magic defense is really good, but the physical defense is nothing, so Satori's tentacle attack is really good. Same with these guys. They actually have a lot of magic defense. I didn't realize that. They resist pretty much all magic elements too, so as you'd probably expect from an eye, if you stab it, it's really sore. So yeah, they are very weak to stab. If you have Notori with you, then that's good. I think they also count as Transcendence, so you could use Notori's tier 3 gun to slay them and basically just wreck them in one shot, which is nice. I actually won't be able to necessarily wreck them in one go with Tentacle now because I changed to the tier 5 eyes, so yeah, we'll see. These guys, the Innovation Casters and stuff, obviously fire is a good element to use. Basically the same resistances as the tree, Ent tree before, which makes sense, so yeah, same stuff going on here. We already got the Exorcism armor though, so that's fine. Lizardmen, it's actually electric that they're weak to. I know there's a version later on. I think the next version of these guys is like sword and shield based instead of the spear based, and they have water weakness, I'm pretty sure. I might just be misremembering, but yeah, they also drop meteorites. I'll be killing as many of them as I can. This and the Antlion are similar, but the Deathbringer is actually more resistant to physical stuff. So that's kind of interesting. I think Sakia kind of ignores the slash resistance of these guys though. It's only a 2-stage, so yeah. But yeah, a lot less HP but a lot more resilience than their larvae counterparts here. Neither of them drop anything too interesting, although Arts of War are kind of rare, so that's, you know, not a bad one to get. We already got the crystal shield from this guy, so I don't need to worry about that. Most enemies in here do resist physical in some way though, like stab especially, and you know, slash is quite common to resist as well. There's a lot of oddities that way. We saw what the harpies do before, they're not too interesting. I might well kill any of the sword-based you know, nymph warriors here though, because I have only 3 pieces of iron left, and that's not good if I want to be making more weapons and stuff, so I might well do that, but otherwise nothing too special. And then these guys, yeah, don't hit them with dark, but other than that they're really weak, so no physical or magic defense, and they don't really have any special skills either from what I've seen. And of course Kadamas, kill as many of them as possible as well. So yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do here. I actually forgot to look up the thing for my oh, what's it called? The adamantite shard. I need to look that up before going too much further into stuff. But yeah, I made the Gohei for Reimu and the eye for Satori with the pieces that, you know, we've picked up in this stage. So that's the stuff we have, but other than that, like I said, I need to look up the location of the adamantite so I don't miss that. And once we're done with that, that'll be this. Also, Satori took no damage there because she did null that magic attack, and the Beholder Eye is like super scary there. You know, if you the previous tier eye, I don't believe has anything close to that, but then you make this one and it's like, whoa, where did that spirit come from? But yeah, I guess it's the same beholder as the ones we're fighting here. Anyway, I shall begin the process of murdering dudes, and when stuff that's interesting happens, I shall meet you back. Of course, the very first fight has something I'm interested in. That is an iron drop, which is very good. And yeah, 4 pieces of iron now. You need like 3 per weapon just now, so it is an expensive commodity, let's just put it that way. Okay, so I was actually slightly wrong about the harpies before. They do regenerate at full health. I thought they regenerated at a fraction of health, but apparently not, so don't let them live too long, because otherwise you're going to be staring down a very large party and you will not have a good time with it. Also, probably could have done with healing this turn, but oh well, double cast helps. I was gonna kill everything this turn anyway, I believed, so yeah. But I honestly should have thought about that, and I didn't. And hey, Marissa gets a level up anyway, so kind of an interesting thing here. But yeah, those enemies do kind of, I guess they kind of do end up getting more health than you would think when they regen. Like, that's kind of funny in a way, because, you know, a single HP enemy could then regen into a nasty full health enemy again, and that's gonna be annoying later on, I think. Perfect! There is one more meteorite for me. It's a good reason to fight these enemies, even though they are slightly more powerful, is that you do get the opportunity to get some really good stuff from them. Do I even want to do this fight? Like, I'm still sort of selectively doing these fights here for either, you know, showing off some more of the enemy stuff, or actually trying to get particular pieces of gear, and these two don't really drop anything I'm interested in, so yeah. Truth be told, neither did these, but this fight would be at least a little bit easier. But yeah, mostly just, well, keeping this in because one more fight will get a level up at least. There we go, there's an enemy I want to fight, the Kodama in the front. A little bit of a weak excuse perhaps for doing the fight, but hey, this is what I want to do, so this is what we shall do. I don't know if I really want to Arctic Chill, but I have it on. I also still haven't shown off Firebird. I'm really bad with that. I mean, Firebird is not anything too special. I think it is just an AoE fire attack, but... well, not AoE, multi-target, but still, it would be worth showing it off at the very least, right? Ah, well. Maybe I can remember to do that once we're done with this particular fight. So yeah, you can see the Devil Destroying Gohei looks pretty fancy. I don't exactly know how you just hold that with one hand. That looks like a two-handed weapon right there, but oh well, that's what Meimu wants to do. So yeah, tons of HP coming from Malko here, and she only has plus 20% too from her growth tree stuff. So yeah, Firebird, it is multi-target. All of these are multi-target medium plus skills, I believe, for the final level of her Stardust skills. So there is that. You know what? No, I have a feeling I'm only going to kill like half the enemies in this place again because I just don't really see the need to kill all of them. Especially when they're encounters that are not really too interesting to me. Like, Diamond is not really something I'm gonna want to get during the main game too much. The Yukari, on the other hand, is definitely something I would want to find in, you know, main stuff. Hopefully, nope, not even. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's gonna happen if you refresh the fights enough, is you're gonna come across those instead. So yeah. Well, there was another item drop at the very least, so that is bamboo, right? Considering it is a crow. Rainbow level 2, which is good, getting some... oh no, it's the mirror, okay. Anyhow, the thing which I'm after, the adamantite shard, is actually in this room, so... hopefully we can find that real soon, and just move on with our lives. But yeah, I know it's in here somewhere because I just looked it up before entering too far into here, and these AoE spells are really good for just wrecking everything, you know, just destroying huge amounts of enemies in one go. So yeah, let me see. I might have to just clear the room out first, but I think it was around here somewhere. Yeah, sure, I get Slayer in this fight, so not too bad to take out everything here. We'll just use that. Wow, that double cast, oh, okay. That overwrote all the curse with silence, good job. Not that it matters. I mostly use that move because it's AoE, not because it can inflict the status, as Yomu does get a level up too, which is good. So is it like... It's... I remember the... Oh, there it is. You can even clearly see it. That one's not even hidden. God, cow. Probably got comments on that one. It's like, oh, you missed a thing, you dumb butt. And yeah, it was a bit of a dumb butt with that one. So yeah. Whoops. That's one of the few times where it's barely even hidden in terms of actually finding the thing, and yeah, I just completely missed it because I was being silly. Alright, Satori gains one more level 2, and Sanae's power level's getting pretty good here. Like, her power level's way higher than everyone else around us here at this point. I think that's just because she was in the party for so many stages in a row, but yeah, Satori levels are always going to be uneventful because she doesn't learn anything new at this point, but it's okay, like, we love her anyway. Alright, after a double cast there, we finally have Love Typhoon for Marissa, so that is the final Stardust spell that Marissa will ever learn. Which is a bit of a shame really, but yeah, medium plus. Actually the same strength as Stardust Reverie, it just hits Epiphin. So yeah, it sort of depends on the situation as to whether it's worth it or not really. Because Reverie has a much lower cooldown obviously, so if you're only really going to be able to hit columns then this is better, but of course you can't equip both at the same time, so Typhoon is usually going to make the cut. But it's interesting to know that there are those differences there, so yeah, that's a thing you can have. I'm actually just going to put Firebird on because fire attacks, you know, kind of important. Yeah. Alright, Sanae gets another level 2, 43. Yeah, not very much MP out of that level, kind of disappointing, but at least her HP is getting on quite nicely. Oh, hello. Did we fight one of these already? I don't remember. I don't think we did. So, the Stray Yukari has 8 HP, and my party's really not extremely well suited for dealing with it here, but it does the usual thing that Yukaris will do. I think it has a tendency to use Energy Bomb as its main attack, but yeah, I can't even damage it with Moko here, so I'm not really strong enough to deal with them. If you can knock them out, you will take a very nice 10,000 experience with you. Also, this is an ugly looking fight, and I don't really want anything to do with it, especially when Starlight Barrier comes in straight away, jeez. The Kaleido Virtue can also use Starlight Barrier, which I was not super aware of until the recent fight with one, because that kinda sucked. So, as it turns out, I kind of forgot that this item is here, and only when looking at the walkthrough for what items are in places did I actually find that, hey, I forgot a knife here. So, yeah, there's a completely hidden box. This is more hidden than the Adamantite shard, which is kind of funny. But yeah, there's a box down here. It has a knife which has 50% HP drain. Kinda good, you know. It doesn't have anywhere near as much accuracy as the previous dagger, but then again, the previous dagger is a little bit of an outlier, so yeah, there is that. But yeah, if you're looking for something that will keep you in the game, then this is definitely a considerable option. Just, it doesn't have any slayers and it doesn't have any status effects, so you do need to keep that in mind. Alright, I think that's going to do it for this area, so there's plenty more enemies I could kill in the first half, but I don't know, like I might try and get some meteorite off the recording or whatever, but for now, I think we've done enough. The levels here are now sort of on par for this place. 42 is the minimum, so I think we're doing perfectly fine. So, this has been Gamer Cal playing Touhou Savers, and next time, well, we take on one of the forces who have come to meet us, right? I believe Genji was the one who was supposed to be the furthest out, so let's take on Genji. Until then, take care.